Hi everyone, Alex from AutoStore here, episode 3 of breaking down the economic impact of AutoStore. So, this week we're going to be talking about the labour savings that the Forrester report found and having a look at how that compares to what we'd usually kind of look at. So, we can dive straight in. So, this is the general view of what the labour cost savings were. So, you can see in the composite company, they had 40 pickers within the warehouse staff. That's picking, packing, and putting away. So, what they found was that AutoStore, you could half that number to 20. Now, that allows for a 3 year total saving of 3.29 million euros and 3 year present value of 2.68 million. Now, there's a couple of bits that I think are a little bit high. So the warehouse picker salary of 45,500 euros, I think that's too high really for the UK. UK maybe we're looking more like 25 to 30,000 pounds. So what I've decided to do is done my own kind of calculation. So I'll flip over to that now. Okay, so as you can see, I've essentially copied the same setup as the report itself, but main difference being the warehouse picker salary, and I've converted everything to pounds as well. So I've put in the £30,000 top end, probably includes all of the pension, national insurance contributions you have to do on top as an employer. But I think they're absolutely right in terms of going from 40 pickers down to 20 is really commonly about 50 odd percent in terms of reduction. But bear in mind that's including picking, packing, and goods in. So about 50% I think is pretty good. So the way that kind of works is if you've got the manual picking 1.2 million, obviously half of that for the auto store. And then I've used that same risk adjustment of 10%. So I actually think the actual 3 year savings are about £2.3 million. And then the present value savings of 1.5 million. So I think that's a more realistic kind of number to go with. Obviously, those savings are really, really strong. And I think 2.3 million off or 1.5 million off your NPV calculation is obviously a big chunk. But last week's episode talking about the actual floor space being the big money spinner, I think that's definitely the case. So that's it for this week, going through the labour savings. As you can see from the numbers, both mine calculated and the ones from the Forrester report, if that was the only metric you used for an automation project, basically no project would ever get off the ground. So hopefully that's been useful and interesting to anyone. I'll again put the link to the report into the comments and the link to previous episodes as well. Let me know what you think. See you next week. We're going to be talking about picking accuracy next week, which I think is super, super important in an ROI calculation.